dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hi! Clink!
Cheers! Cheers! Hello, Mrs. Trevino.
Hi! Oh my god. That feels so good to say out loud.
Finally.
Finally. Thank you so much for having patience with us. We haven't done a video in 2 months.
Oh.
It's been a minute. Life has been crazy, but we're so excited to talk about us being married.
And then finally say it. It's been a secret, kind of a secret, not secret, for so long. And we hate keeping secrets, especially from you all. And we obviously hate being away. We just keep having these huge life events happen. Like getting married, we eloped.
We did. Now let me just say, disclaimer, we're still gonna propose to each other. There's still gonna be a ceremony. There's still gonna be a party for sure.
You didn't miss out on anything. Don't worry, all of those things are still coming. But we wanted to do this video to share with you that yes, we did elope. We are officially married. You are Mrs. Trevino.
I am.
I am still Trevino. I am just the other Mrs. Trevino, which is really cool to say. And we want to bring you on to this journey of as to why we made this decision and why we made the decision. Sorry, our rabbit's like hopping around. Why we made the decision and what you missed. We're gonna share some, you know, like experiences. We're gonna walk you through what happened. We're gonna share some like never before seen photos.
I think it's really important to kind of let you in and have an open conversation, you know? I think Eden and I have been wanting to get married for quite some time now, and with COVID, it kind of put a damper on our plans. We should have been, you know, proposed to by now and kind of figuring out or trying to plan a wedding. But I think it was important for us to just kind of go with our gut and go with our our initial response. Like what we wanted to do was just be with each other regardless of having this ceremony or, you know, figuring out the floor plans and all that.
I still can't wait to figure out some floor plans and all the above. I truly feel like, and I feel you hit the nail on the head. With COVID, things would have been entirely different. Your ring has been burning a hole in my pocket for so long. And you're still gonna get your dream proposal. Actually, like, I'm probably gonna propose to you twice. I have 2 proposal ideas.
I believe it.
One and then another one. And so you'll have 2 proposals. So spoiler alert, you have 2 things to look forward to, along with the ceremony. But I think the same goes for you. Yeah. We hate waiting. And we were like, why do we have to put our lives on hold? Because the world is on hold. And
well, it's not only that. I think society as a whole, right? When I think about, and this is just me, it doesn't have to be for everyone, but when I think about like getting married, it's normally like this big thing, this big orchestrated thing. It's very expensive. You spend so much time on and effort and money into the details, and also like figuring out who to invite, right? Because you have to invite everybody. You can't just pick and choose, because then it's
you invite family members that you haven't spoken to in years. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I don't like you. Like, when was the last time you wished me happy birthday?
I mean, that happens often. And so I think that with COVID and having time to actually think and reflect and sit with our feelings, I think we realized that why shouldn't we elope? Like
why do we have to do the same thing everyone else does?
Exactly. Why can't we just march to the rhythm of our own drums, you know? Yeah. And I think that's kind of what it fell down, or what it came down to was, it feels right. I'm madly in love with this woman. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. And if it means just eloping, and making it official, then why not? You know, why does it have to be this big thing right now? Not saying that it won't happen later, but right now.
It was such a wild decision because we were like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this now? Yeah. And we were like, yeah, well, I'm ready. I feel like I've been ready. We were just kind of waiting on the world to go back to normal, because I'm not proposing to you with the friggin' mask on. Like, I'm not having everyone with the mask on and just like only have like 3 people 6 feet apart. Like, that's just not what I envision. Even with society or not society, that's not what I envision for you. That's not what you deserve. That's not, if it's gonna be intimate, it'll be intimate in its own way. Not like this, not this forced intimacy. So we just had that conversation. We were like, do you wanna just elope? Like, do you want to get married and then we still do all those things that we want to do later? Like, we don't have to do it in order.
Yeah.
Like, who says that it has to be 1, 2, 3, ABC, like all of that? And we with getting the house and dating and all of those things, we've never done it in the right order. Like,
who's to say that's
society's
the right
order.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and I love that about us because we've never done it. I mean, we got a house before. As you know, I preach financial freedom so much in our videos. Financial freedom, baby! That's where I need to be. And that was it. Like, to us, it was more important to get the foundation going, start investing in ourselves, start investing in our future, and then, you know, let's get married, let's just elope because we can and we want to, and then let's figure out the ceremony later. Let's, you know, I don't know, start talking about babies and all that good stuff. It doesn't have to be in that you know, first you meet each other, then you get married, then you
have kids, and then
maybe you have a house, maybe you...
Yeah, we're like, no, let's do house, let's do marriage, maybe let's do babies, then let's do marriage. Like, whatever we decide, it's because we decided to it together, and it's what we want. I think that was the ultimate decision. It's like what we want.
Right.
Not what everybody else wants. And then we would even go back and forth because we're like, oh, what are so-and-so gonna think? Or what are our, you know, friends gonna think? What are our family gonna think? And then we were like, well, what do we think?
Right.
And we're like, oh my gosh, we're really
if you take everybody else's opinion out of the situation, I just feel like it's so much easier to make
a choice.
Yeah.
Because it felt like it's no-brainer. Of course I want to be married to you. You want to do it tomorrow?
It was literally like that, guys. We don't even have footage.
No, we didn't have a video. We didn't get a videographer. We didn't have time for a video. So I guess, like, without further ado, let's, I guess, break down everything that whole day, like how it all went down.
Yeah.
Now that you guys know why we decided to do it, because why not?
And I feel like that's the message of this video is like, don't be too worried on what society says or what you've been ingrained to think your entire life, or like the steps or what order they should be. Just do you. Like, literally, just if you're so lucky to find the love of your life, who cares? Like, just do what feels right, you know, in life, period.
It doesn't have to look like everyone else's version of happiness. It doesn't have to look like everyone else's version of what love looks like. I feel like our love looks so unique because it's just a reflection of who we are. This is no different. And I think we battled with it a little bit, but I'm so proud. I'm really so proud that we were like, we actually asked ourselves, but what do we want? And I was like, I want to be married to you.
Yesterday.
That's what I want. And I don't want to wait for everyone else. I don't want to wait for everyone else's sign off yes. I don't want to wait, you know, to raise another $30,000, you know, for a day, you know. And I'm just like, as you guys will see and hear about how quick and cheap and like all these things that worked and didn't work, like, happened, you'll come to see that it was a beautiful mess, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
It was our mess.
It was our mess.
I love you.
I love you. Mrs. Trevino?
Gladly. Excited. So happy to say that.
And I wasn't late. That's all I have to say. This time. Wasn't late to the altar this time.
I'm so thankful you weren't. Oh, that would have driven me nuts.
All right, so let's dive in. Clink, clink.
Clink, clink. All right.
Let's get married all over again.
Due to COVID, well, first of all, we had no idea how to do this, how to elope and get a notary and get someone to marry us. So there was a lot of Googling going on. And
so it was, ended up picking, okay, So because of COVID,
Yes, I was just gonna say that.
ordainers are officially allowed to marry you, and you don't have to go into the courthouse, which all courthouses are closed for God knows how long. So that was obviously a wrench in the plan, because we couldn't go to the courthouse and sign these papers and do this. So we were like, okay, let's get an ordainer. I think that's what it is, an ordainer to like officiate us and marry us. And the only options that we had at the time, because when we said like, do you want to do this tomorrow? I think we gave ourselves maybe like 2 or 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Max.
2 weeks. We were like, all right, like let's do this. You want to get married? And then we're like, great, but when? And so I think the deciding on the day was that we were going on a trip already.
Yes, we were going to Mexico. We were flying out December 25th.
Yeah.
So we were like, why not get married on
Cheat day.
the 24th? Sorry.
Cheat date, which is your fun fact that if you travel on Christmas Day, it's like the best day to travel. It's why we always travel on Christmas Day.
It's true. The airports are empty. It's so easy to get through TSA. Flights are relatively cheap if you book them ahead of time. It's perfect.
And then so we're like, okay, we fly on Christmas. Let's get married on Christmas Eve, because for some reason that makes sense. We just love stressing ourselves out. I don't know why we decided to do that, but we did.
I'll be honest and say I am horrible with dates. So for me, it was super easy to remember anniversary days.
Wow, Christmas Eve, that's why you double dipped? That's why you agreed?
No, I mean, it made sense in my head. And you were like the 25th, 24th. I'm like, yeah, I'm never gonna forget that.
Wow. Wow. This is all coming to light now. This is what happens when you're married. Truth comes out.
Hey, truth always comes out.
So Christmas Eve was the date that we set to get married. Okay, we have 2 weeks to figure this out. 2 weeks to find a florist, because we needed flowers, at least I think, to hold a bouquet. We had 2 weeks to
Find outfits.
Which
We're letting you guys know.
this is like Shein material.
Yes, but I don't care. So these are the outfits that we ordered, right? And we were like, we got this. We'll pay.
We paid
express
yeah.
shipping, like 2-day delivery. We got
I think we
this.
dropped $50 to like get it overnighted, because we have 2 weeks
Yes.
for it to get here, not knowing it was coming from China.
And this is very true. Well, their website lied to us.
Yeah.
Anyways, the point is, 2 weeks later, we have no dress.
They didn't.
We didn't have this beautiful dress. I definitely didn't have this amazing one piece, one suit,
One off.
one off.
However, like, I liked what we wore. It
Yeah,
still worked.
It's
We
true.
still
It's
rocked
true.
it.
But then also, to my point, I think people stress so much about what you wear
The dress,
that we
yeah.
were like freaking out because we didn't have outfits. Like it was like 4 days before our elopement, and these weren't anywhere in sight. The customer service was horrible.
We found these on Instagram. I think there was an Instagram ad that was just like, I think you are interested in this. Like, Instagram knows that
We've been talking about.
I'm gonna get married in 2 weeks. I have nothing to wear. So Instagram, I think it was Bella.
I don't even.
But
They're not
I
even
don't
worth
even know.
like saying anything because they just
Something.
like. Anyways,
Did
the
us
point
dirty.
is, yes, we didn't have anything to wear.
So
then
this is why we decided to wear them, because they never got worn. This is why we're wearing them in our video right now, because this is their only chance. We literally took the tags off before we did this video. We never wore them. They came after we were married.
way after. But the point is that we just raided our closet and put on any white outfit that we like loved already because it was sitting in our closet. So I think the point of this whole topic is that I think people stress out so much about these wedding dresses and these wedding outfits, which I totally understand because it's your special day and you want it to be incredible. But at the same time, it's like you make the outfit. It's your ceremony. It's your wedding. Like it doesn't matter if I don't know. Anyways.
You still gonna think I'm beautiful no matter what.
Exactly. I'm still marrying your booty. Princess Peach.
Thank you.
Apple mine.
Princess Peach Trevino. Princess Peach Mrs. Trevino.
Yeah, so that was the outfits.
I mean, don't get us wrong. There were a few moments where we relapsed and we're like, it doesn't even matter. Like it's gonna be okay. We're eloping and doing our own thing, running to the beat of our own drum. It's just an outfit. And then there were days where we're like, I can't believe we have nothing to wear. Like this whole thing is gonna go bad. Like this is a bad idea. No, but it ended up working out. We, at the end of the day, we had to be each other's rock, and we're like, let's just grab what we have in our closet,
make it work.
let's go. It is what it is, and you looked beautiful.
So did you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, these were still cool. Very like. I mean, I feel like I'm one bend and snap away from ripping it apart or like being so see-through. But I mean, we're gonna get into like the whole ceremony and everything. Like this would have been 2 minutes worth of like wearing.
Yeah, it's true. But anyway, so then we
got the outfits, but they didn't arrive on time.
Right, but then we got the new outfits, so we're fine. Or our old outfits.
We figured it out.
And then we were like, we need a photographer, right? So we
should we be keeping track of how much we spent on this movie? So it's like
sure.
Outfits 0, wore what we had in our closets.
Yes. Photographer. Our friend Rich,
who's incredible. He shoots. If you see our Instagram at EdenxJay, he shoots a lot of our really great.
He has
images.
shot some of our really great images for
Yeah.
sure. So we hit him up and we're like, hey, we're gonna elope.
Are you doing anything on Christmas Eve?
And luckily he was free, and he was also like, WTF, like, what do you guys
He was our only witness.
Yeah, he was our
photographer.
But he was totally on board. He loved the spontaneity of it. He
Yeah.
loved being a part of it.
Yeah. He loves that. He's like family.
Yeah, totally.
So it was really special having him capture the moment, but also like be a part of the moment. I think he was probably stressing. He's like, I want to watch, but not through my lens.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to take the photo and like not cry.
Exactly. So we hired him, and he was
free. He gifted it.
Oh my god, yeah. So
as a wedding gift.
Photographer, hit up your friend, free.
And see if they'll consider it as a wedding gift.
So that happened, right? And then Cece, our makeup artist, she normally does all our makeup for like the bigger shoots or any sponsored shoots.
Incredible.
We hit her up and we're like, hey, like, we want to pay you for the time. Can you come and do our makeup? And she was like over the moon about it, came over, did our makeup, and then didn't charge us.
She was probably maybe the first person that we told because we were trying to book everything. We're
That's
like,
true.
by the way, we have this thing that we're doing on Christmas Eve. Call me crazy, but we're planning on eloping. Are you free to do our makeup? We'll pay you extra for your time.
Yeah, totally.
And she gifted it to us as a wedding gift as well, which was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. We have some really cool friends. We've got a good group of friends.
We do.
That are just like on our side always. Yeah, so that happened, right? So makeup, free. Free 99. And the last thing that we were kind of stressing out about a little bit were our bouquets.
Our bouquets, yeah, because I think we were in such like go mode that we forgot. So I ended up hitting a florist. It was just so crazy. I was like, can we have a wedding bouquet done in like 2 days? I think that's when it really hit us that we're like, we don't have flowers. Oh my god! Like, and then maybe I think we were told, we're like, we don't need flowers, it'll be fine. And then we're like, oh, actually, I think we do need flowers. So we're not gonna be holding anything. It's gonna look awkward or. And so we're gonna put like all their information down below.
Beautiful bouquet, like stunning. We'll plug in some pictures.
She did an amazing job.
Yeah, she was pretty incredible. Yeah. She actually studied our Instagram and asked us for our color palette. Like really went around what we love. He turned out so amazing, and she dropped them off at our house.
Yeah, she did. She personally came and like dropped off the flowers at our house, and she asked for what we were wearing. So we sent her the photos of these guys, right? Because we were like, well, yeah, we'll have these outfits. This is what we're wearing. And she designed the bouquets to kind of match. It was flowy with an edge, and that was beautiful. It was like feminine, but with like some really, really cool edge to it. And she just nailed it, and just wonderful, wonderful job. And I just still can't believe that these dresses didn't arrive. Like, I think I'm still laughing about that to this day. That it's like, now we're wearing them.
It's
like,
true.
this is now the time that they've come out, and I mean, getting some use out of it.
Yeah, and then your Nina gifted us like bracelets.
Yes,
she's very new. Old school, very traditional. So she was like, "Here's something new," and she wasn't like, she was like, "I hate that I can't be there, but like, here's something new."
Yeah, she was there in spirit. Yeah. It was really beautiful, and it's just incredible, absolutely incredible to have like it all come together.
It really did.
And now that I'm thinking, like, I think we spent money on the dresses that never arrived.
We spent money on the dresses that never arrived, and we spent money on the notary, like
The actual service.
The actual service.
And it was $200. And I think that's because it was on a holiday. So it was an extra charge. I think it would have been $100, maybe $150. So with all that being said, getting married doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg.
It doesn't have to put you in debt,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't have to be this like extravagant, over the top thing that at the end of the day isn't really for you. Like I think we talked to so many friends that have been married, and the number one question that we would ask is like, what do you regret, or what would you do differently?
What would you do differently? Yeah.
On your wedding day. And every single one of them, I kid you not, we asked at least 20 of our friends. They were all like, you know, I wish I would have just taken it in more, or I wish I wasn't so worried about everybody else having a good time and stressed out about like the debt that we were in after, or
still paying off weddings like 8 years later.
We have friends that are just like, their biggest regret is just not being in the moment and not just doing something intimate.
For them. What was wild too is like when I hear people say like, I didn't even get to try the food.
Yeah.
And you're such a foodie.
Oh, I was so pissed.
To have something so stressful and like a wedding where you're like, I know all you care about is the food. Like you're like, do whatever you want with the wedding, but like food, leave it to me. And you wouldn't even have time to like try it. That is not the day. That's not the day that I want.
Not knocking these weddings.
No,
I'm
not
just
at all.
saying to us, it wasn't. I think that was the kind of the deciding factor too. Was hearing all these people that have already been married, that have gone through it, and their biggest regret was that, you know, not being able to enjoy it, spending X amount of money on this one day instead of taking that money and spending it on a down payment for a house, or like this incredible honeymoon, or you know, I don't know, jet starting their future together.
And there's nothing, and I guess we kept going back and forth. We're feeling like, are we doing something wrong? Are we making a mistake here? And it's not because there was any doubt in marrying you.
No, I think it was just society. I think in general, you think about
Gets in your head.
Yeah, you see all these like fairy tale weddings and all these extravagant and over the top things. So of course, as human nature, you get in your head and you start thinking, well, am I doing the right thing?
But are you doing the right thing for everyone else?
Yeah.
Or are you doing the right thing for you?
Yeah, that part.
And I feel like since we've met, that's the best thing that we pulled out from each other, which is we remind each other to put one another first.
Always.
And it's hard because I think the people pleasing aspect of like what our lives are just really, I think, come forward when it comes to like weddings. And I think that's the most people pleasing moments that come out for like weddings, because then you start asking for everyone's opinion. Like, what do you think of this dress? What do you think of these flowers? What do you think of these arrangements? What do you think of this location? And instead of asking everyone else, I just asked you. And even then it was still like the bare minimum. It was in 2 weeks, what can we pull off? And we would even see like these really cool like elopement photo shoots and videos and like doing this whole grand production, and we were still like, let's not try to turn it into that as well. Let's not, because I think that would also stress us out. We got 2 weeks to pull something off. Let's just go through it. Let's enjoy it. Let's be
in
there.
the moment.
Let's be in the moment.
Let's really like, let's really love each other and just do it right for us.
Yeah. Our wedding, I think, what was the total time you would say?
Oh man, that was the other thing. All right, you guys, I've only been
You
to
had
weddings.
vows written too.
I did. I wrote my vows.
Because they said we were gonna have to.
I'm a big cornball like that, and I was like, okay, I know we're gonna have another ceremony in the future, but I still want to write my vows. I still want to do this thing. I still want it to be like super special, because it was. And we get there, and they're like, all right, do you take Eden to be your wife? Do you take Jay to be your wife? Great, you're done. So it was like literally like a
we were even
thing,
like,
and we were like, what?
What?
Okay, cool.
What? Like,
My
What
poor
are we supposed
vows
to do,
were like
vows?
on my plate. Like I had to fold it up and like put it back in my pocket.
How embarrassing.
I know, it was so embarrassing. That was probably the most embarrassing part of it.
The pictures that we asked to take after was longer than the actual ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did offer during COVID like a drive-by ceremony, so you just don't even get out of your car. You can just
So loud.
drive up and be like, you're married, blessed, bye. And then I was like, okay, I won't opt for the car because I feel like that's not.
It's not personal.
Cute.
No, that's
Like-
not like I want to like look at you. I want to be there.
We did get married in Beverly Hills.
Yes, that
I
was
did.
cute.
We did do that. We did do that. And
It was a
like
really cute
2
little,
minutes.
It was a really cute like scenery. It had a
Mhm.
waterfall. It was
It
really
did.
cute. Like little water. Yeah.
Yeah. It took us longer to get there
It's true.
than
The
the actual ceremony.
Yup.
And we got lost trying to find this place that you put in the wrong address.
did.
So we went to the other side of
Yeah.
Beverly Hills. So we were actually late to our own wedding.
But that's kind of on brand.
You were already preparing for Trevino time. See, it was meant to be.
Oh, gosh.
It was meant to be. We were late to our own wedding. The photographer, Rich, got there before we
He
did.
was like, "Are you guys still
Still
getting
coming?
married?"
Like, did you change your mind? Just tell me, because I'm here. And we're like, no, we're on our way. We just didn't realize it was the
Yeah.
wrong location.
Anyways, that took 2 minutes. So that
Yeah.
was awesome.
But it
And
was still a
then-
great, bless their souls. They made the experience great.
They did. They
They
were
did.
incredible.
Mhm.
They were so happy to have us.
Yeah.
And then we ended it with a photo shoot in West Hollywood, which is what you guys are seeing on our Instagram.
Cue photo roll. Hit it, Luke.
Hi, fiance.
Hi.
How's it feel?
It feels like I'm gonna be a Mrs. tomorrow.
You gonna be a Mrs. tomorrow? Let me see that.
Ring check.
Ring check. Ring check.
How do you feel?
I feel so happy.
Happy.
Yeah, the happiest. I'm about to meet Trevino.
Yeah. It's a lot of responsibility.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What does that entail?
You have to be great. You have to be loving. You have to be caring. And you're already all those things.
I love you.
I love you more.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Why are you zooming in?
Because you're beautiful.
You're beautiful. I feel excited. It feels unreal, honestly. It feels like we're in a dream right now. Like this isn't really happening. But I'm excited to be your wife. How does it feel?
A bunch of things.
What kind of things?
It feels real. It feels exciting. It also feels like I can't wait. I can't wait. But I'm also nervous because I know your vows are going to be amazing. And I get nervous. This is my last breakfast as a fiance. Because in my next breakfast, I'll be a wife.
You can be a wife, baby!
I'll be a wife eating breakfast.
What's a good Let's Get Eloped playlist?
We gonna be alright?
We just be alright.
I'm joking. T-minus 43 minutes until we say I do. Thoughts?
I should have done too.
We had a great time in West Hollywood.
We did. I think that was the fun part.
That was the fun part,
Yeah.
just like running around the streets and taking cute pictures.
People would honk. They're like, congratulations.
It
We
was
were
so
like,
cute.
yeah, that's, I think, when we got excited because that's when it started to feel real. I think it was so quick. We were in shock.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then when we got to West Hollywood and we're like, this is awesome. Like, this feels right. Like, we're queer, we're gay, we're out here in the streets. We just got married.
Love, baby.
We're celebrating, we're holding up cards, we're making out, we're just to get the shot, and we're having a good time. Like, it was so much fun in the moment.
Yeah.
And then I feel like right after, because we woke up, did our makeup, like head straight to get to the ceremony. The ceremony was like 5 minutes, and did the photo shoot. The photo shoots probably took the longest.
Yeah.
And then we just realized we haven't eaten all day.
Yeah.
We were starving.
Stuffed our face.
In and out.
Yeah,
drive-through.
in and out, drive-through in our wedding outfits. It was awesome. It was
Cheers.
perfect,
It was.
in my opinion.
Oh, we did a shopping spree too. Because we were literally flying the next morning. Like, we didn't even have time to pack because we were too busy trying to put this whole thing like together really quickly that we didn't pack.
And it kind of just worked out because we had already planned Mexico for the holidays. We always love to leave again for the holidays because everything's so cheap and it's great to travel.
Yeah.
So we had already planned that. So it just worked out. Like serendipitous. We basically had our honeymoon ready to go. So it was like getting married and then jumping on a plane the next day.
We did.
Celebrating our love and just kind of being off the grid and you know, taking it all in.
Yeah. Even though it was like a COVID trip, the waterfall and the grutas really, I think, pulled it together to make it feel like it was a cool honeymoon experience, and I'll never forget that. It was incredible. That blue river.
We were having another honeymoon. I'm just saying.
Oh, we're having another wedding. You were having 2 proposals, so get ready. Because I even want you to be like, for the first one, just be like, no, you have another one coming. Because it'll be like, I'm going to call it the COVID proposal and then the post-COVID.
You're so crazy.
Because it's whatever I want. I don't care. I'm going to propose to you like 8 times if I wanted to.
We can get married like every year.
Can we do that?
I mean, like, we have a ceremony.
A ceremony every year.
Every year.
Let's do it. Clink, clink. I love that.
I love you.
I love you, Mrs. Trevino.
Thank you. Thank you guys for
Cheers.
hanging out with us.
Waiting so patiently for the next video. We hope it was worth it. We got to bring you on to this surprise. So
Yeah, and we promise to bring you more videos.
we actually will. This time. Promise. If no more crazy life experiences happen, we will be there. And you will be there too. I love you.
I love you.
Cheers.